Good evening, everyone. My name is Shekinah Williams, and this is my role play video for the family session regarding this case study that we received. So the first segment is how would you begin the first meeting in terms of laying out the goals and structure and starting to join with the family and gain their trust. So my first segment will include introductions of the family members as well as myself, just to get an idea of well, not only get an idea, but I would just like to see the body language a little bit of the family and how they interact with each other, even during brief introductions. That would basically tell me how to set the tone for the session. If the youth is the children, in this case we have two adolescents, if they're like slouching in the chair, if they're rolling their eyes, if the parents are not really sitting close to each other, if they are sitting close to each other. If the children are close together and the parents are close together, I think kind of reading the room during the introduction process would, like I said, help me set the tone. So I would start off with just like this. Hi, everyone. So my name is Shekinah Williams, and I'm going to be your family therapist. You guys are welcome to sit wherever you like in the room, just kind of close, so therefore we can, have a nice little intimate meeting. I just want you guys to introduce yourselves to me. Mom and Dad, I'll start out with you and just let me know what it is that you guys do for a living. And then, the children, you guys are free to introduce yourselves after your parents. So I will start off with you, Mom. Go ahead. Okay, nice to meet you. Okay. All right. Well, thank you and thanks for joining us. Dad? Oh, okay, 5 years. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Right. Okay. All right. And you, young lady? Okay. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Wow, 14, freshman in high school. Must be pretty exciting for you. Okay. How are you doing academically? Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Nice to meet you. And you, young man, you are? Okay. And do you guys attend the same high school? Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Great. And how are you doing academically? How's school for you? Good. All right. All right. Great. Well, thank you guys for introducing yourselves to me. So, for this family session, I know that we're here because, we really want to, discuss as a family, a traumatic experience that you guys have in regards to your daughter's suicide attempt, and really try to get to and we won't do this today. This is our first family session, but in the sessions to come and as we move along together, really try to zone in and find out what it is that we can do to, number one, support her and be there for her, and number two, find out what it is that's triggering her to feel that she's not loved, or maybe not even that she doesn't feel like she's loved, but what is this going on that's making her feel the need to engage in a suicidal attempt. So I really want us to try and set some goals in this first session as a family that we can work towards. I think that would be very important for us. So I would love to get you guys input on that. What do you guys think about that? Setting some goals. Any goals that you guys want to work on in particular? Okay, great, great, awesome. I would really like to work on you guys with that. And what about you, Lily? Is that something that want to work on, these goals? Great, perfect. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that would be my first segment with the family. Really trying to engage them. Really basically present what the problem, the main problem is, and then kind of like get to the layers and the root of what it is that's caused this suicidal attempt to occur, and then have the family kind of be there as a support and find out where it is that we can assist this young lady in managing these suicidal ideations. And according to the case study, there's depression there's a history of depression within the family on both sides. So trying to really figure out if this is a generational thing. Is this hereditary? and really try and have the family understand how their dynamics really influences what's going on with this young lady. So the second segment is, what might you say to interrupt any bickering or blaming that the parents may start to do with each other? So after reviewing the case study, I see that mom and dad tend to butt heads and argue a lot. Mom feels like she's underappreciated. Dad feels like she's over emotional. So during that piece of our family session, if that does occur, I would basically, say something like this. Well, Miss Williams, I do hear that you feel as though your husband does not appreciate you working full time and then coming home to manage the household chores and things like that. And I do understand that that could be a lot to take on for one person. So I do understand how you're feeling. Mr. Williams, you've mentioned that, you also have had some medical issues, and I can only imagine what that's like for you to not have to rely on your wife, as the family, financial provider alone. So I do see the stress on both of you, to make sure that your family stays afloat. However, Miss Williams, I would like for you to, really explain, to your husband how you feel underappreciated, and then maybe we can work on some goals within the household that might take that pressure off of you. And then Mr. Williams, so therefore you don't feel like you have to avoid your wife's confrontation, if we kind of work together to cut down on her feeling overworked and you feel like you don't have a voice, or feeling like you need to, disengage from her. I think that would help us collectively as a family unit to function properly. How does that sound for you guys? Do you think that's something that we can work on over the next couple of sessions? Okay. I agree. I think that's something that we can definitely address and start to work on as we progress into these sessions. Awesome. Great. Okay, so then the third segment is, how might you end the session, including any homework that you might suggest to help the family meet the goals that they set for themselves? For this, I would definitely recommend some outside therapy for mom and dad. So I would, basically say something like this. I think that if you guys would like, I think that we can continue some type of parenting sessions with mom and dad. I think that might be able to help you guys. I also think that maybe some sessions with you, Lily. I think some individual sessions. I know that you did them when you were released from the hospital. I think that you should continue to do that. I also would like for you guys to think about a outpatient group for Lily to attend, maybe after school, like a support group for her, where she would be able to meet with other peers that also suffer from depression and suicidal ideations and thoughts. I think maybe if she was around people where she wouldn't feel alone, I think that would be great. And then also for mom and dad, I also would like to recommend a family support, which would be a person from an organization that can come in and work with you guys, who has also had children that have experienced the same traumatic event that you had. So it would be another person whose child might have tried to harm themselves, and they can be a support to you and also provide you with other resources that I might not know of. So I think that we can do that. I want you guys to really, think about these outside outpatient services that we can provide. I think that would be a great resource for you guys. And then next week, we'll discuss it a little more during our sessions. Okay, thank you so much.